Yeah. Well, I should have been to see her before now, really. I mean, your mum and I were very close. Oh, we used to have such a laugh.
Which is why I'd rather, and I'm sure she'd much rather you remember her the way she was then. Alzheimer's has stolen enough of her dignity.
You know, you really mustn't get upset and take too much notice of what she says. I know she might seem angry, but it's not her, it's a disease.
Not so easy. Anyway, today really is a big day for me.
Yeah, I know. Get you, Mrs. Media.
Oh, not that. That's just another conference.
Well, I did hear you on weekends, Women's Hour.
So, it's Wednesday. It must be Woman's Hour. Don't know where I am half the time. I'm an academic, not a personality.
You know, Hilary, somewhere deep inside your mum, she's very, very proud of you. And she always was. So am I, actually.
Thank you. It's an extremely important anniversary, Julia. Today is my rebirth day. It's time. 40 years to the day since my mother got me back.
Oh.
I'm off. There's a bloke coming in to look over some kit at work. I want to be there when he starts. Right, Chancer.
Okay, then. I love you.
Good girl. Love you too.
We'll do as much business here in the mornings as a pork butcher in a synagogue.
You're in a good mood?
Ah, well, that's because last night, Melody and I uncovered the diva that's been disguised as Ruth.
Do I want to know this?
Yeah, honestly. We put her hair up with some curls, lots of makeup, you know, a bit of plucking and fluffing. It was like the makeover night in America's Next Top Model. And I was Tyra.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I mean, I've watched it once.
Oh, whatever, you serious, Linkit.
Guys, do either of you know how to get TV on the computer monitors?
What for?
I want to watch something.
Oh, please, not one of those mind-numbing Australian soaps.
No. I've got a friend who's on the local news.
You'll have to get a techie in. It's been set up so you can't add software.
Oh, well, never mind. It was just a thought. I'll catch it on the radio.
Which further supports the theory that parents who supervise their children have a greater input into their children's behaviour.
But times have changed. It's not like when we were kids.
Oh,
is it?
great.
It's not that simple anymore.
Knowing where children are when they are likely to be home and who they are with is priceless knowledge. It's not that complicated.
So you're saying that it isn't the kids' fault, it's the parents. And if all the young offenders were home by tea time, they wouldn't be stealing cars and dealing drugs and terrorising old people at 10 years of age.
I'm saying that if, as a
DJ's a
society, our
moron.
response to current concerns is to criminalise children, then hey, let's at least be honest about it and consistent.
Oh, a text from Audrey in Sutton Coldfield. Spare the rod. She was punished as a child and it hasn't done her any harm.
Children are deemed criminally responsible at 10 years of age.
That's right.
And yet not sufficiently responsible and dependable to own a goldfish until they are 16.
Have your say. The phone lines are open, or text us like Audrey. We're back after this from Chris de Burgh.
Oh, I can't stand
Oh, that's mine and Ronnie's art tune.
Liar. Right, who is she?
Hilary Holder. She's the keynote speaker at the university tomorrow. Just read her book, Children and Society, Criminal Injustice. Do you know that some children have been given ASBOs for being sarcastic? I mean, Hilary Holder is the voice of reason in an overreacting and sensationalised society.
So I take it she doesn't support the public flogging of errant toddlers, then?
So I'll see you next week. You know, we're all too young when we go to uni. That's the problem. Where's the joy in scholarship when you're 19? When there's alcopops to sleep off and kebabs to throw up? Julia? Julia?
Oh, sorry. What?
Lady in red.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's just that a friend of mine's being interviewed. She's been really good as well. Mind you, the interview's rubbish and the music's terrible.
Have you seen Ruth this morning?
Yeah, admin block. Why did you want to see her?
No, but have you seen her?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, she looked okay. Same as usual.
You know what to say if anyone mentions that makeover rubbish again. Ruth. Ruth.
I'm going to tell him that I'm happy the way I am.
And?
And I don't need anybody telling me how I should look.
Because you look perfect. Just the way you are.
Do I?
Hey, Ruth, hang on a minute.
Julia's waiting for these.
What's up? Your hair. What's happened?
It's nothing. It's nothing.
Well, this is just a précis of the services that we offer. I mean, everything will be much more detailed in the website when it's updated.
What happened?
It's nothing.
Who did it?
Me. I did it. It was an accident.
Well, what sort of an accident?
No, you see, I was washing my hair.
Hang on. You was washing your hair even though I'd already washed and styled it at my house?
Oh, shower's rubbish. Sometimes it just gets too hot. It's nothing. Forget it.
Sent you over with the wrong file. Now they want it back.
Be useless.
Thanks, Ruth.
Ruth.
Please, Michelle, not now.
OK, well, just meet me for lunch. All I'll do is listen. Promise.
Wow, you look fantastic.
Good.
Oh, so lovely to see you. Listen, you don't mind if we go, do you? And it won't be long.
Fine.
Look, if you're really clear in your mind that this is what you want to do, then I've decided that I'm going to be there with you.
Thanks, Julia.
Right, come on through. I'm just going to get my things. And then lunch. I'm starving.
Ta-da!
Oh, Archie, you shouldn't have.
They're files.
Yeah, I can see what they are, Archie. I'm just wondering why on earth you'd think I'd want them.
Filing?
We're heading towards a paperless office, Archie. Did no one think to tell you?
So you intend to organise your preliminary lithium data in your planet-sized brain? Has no one ever used the words back and up to you, Melody?
Yeah, all right. Well, there's no need to be spiteful about it.
I'm not being spiteful. I'm trying to be helpful. You've got 2 weeks, Melody. 2 weeks.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you. I will use them in the spirit in which they were given.
Good.
So, did you buy them or did you steal them from Fortress Vivian?
Hello. I've still got on my fingers. Do you want to see the receipt?
Oh, break it up. We need to talk. Girl stuff.
Enough said. See you later.
He bought me stationery products.
You pinched them off Vivian. Now listen, I need to speak to you about Ruth.
What?
I'm meeting her for lunch today and I really need you to bring my backup.
Backup? Why?
Well, I think that Davy made her straighten her hair.
Well, maybe he doesn't like curls.
Don't joke, Melody. You know what I think about him? I think that he made her.
What, did Ruth tell you that?
Virtually.
Oh, look, Michelle, I get it that you don't like Davy, OK? But you've got to stop leaping to conclusions.
Just meet me for lunch, you'll see.
What, that your intuition never fails?
What, that your filing's more important?
It was just something I've got to do for Nick.
You know what, Melody? Forget it. Abuse is abuse.
That's a bit strong, Michelle.
Ruth's about to reach out to me, and at least I'm going to be there.
why now? Your rebirth day?
Yes, that and the things my mother's been saying.
How do you think your mum would feel if she could understand what you were doing?
Look, I know my mother didn't want to have me adopted, and she proved her love for me every day from the moment they sent me back.
I don't know, Hilary, I'm really not sure this is a good idea.
I want to meet them, not get to know them, just meet them.
Why?
My mother believes something happened to me in that adoptive home, and I know she does. She'd buried it, kept it secret, but now, due to the Alzheimer's, she says I was fine before they adopted me, but when she got me back, did she say anything at the time?
No, nothing specific. I mean, things were very different then. And your adoptive family were extremely well-connected people.
Well, it's shaken baby syndrome now. Now they have CAT scans and MRI.
Is that why you want to meet your adopted?
No adoption was ever finalised.
After all these years, you want to confront them?
The woman adopted me, and then she sent me back. I just want to meet her. I want to ask why.
So you want closure?
I suppose. Maybe it's rather I want to open things up a little. And why not? After all, it is my rebirth day.
Yes. Well, like I said to you earlier on, I shall be right there beside you. And what did she say when you called her?
You know, I think she'd been waiting for my call. I think she found it a relief, strangely.
Hi.
Hiya, can I have the house salad with French dressing, please? And a still mineral water.
I'll have the same.
David don't think you need protein in the day if you're not doing manual work.
And do you think Davey's always right?
I'll grab us those seats, shall I? Are you going to wait for the drinks?
They'll bring them over. What's going on, Ruth? Does Davey hurt you?
I don't want you to get it out of proportion.
Well, I will if you don't explain it to me.
You don't know him. Davey's always looked after me, and he is kind in his own way. He is.
In his own way? Well, he's either kind or he isn't. Doesn't seem very kind to keep you locked out of your own home.
I explained that.
Actually, in his own way, seems pretty brutal to me. Ruth, you can tell me. Has Davey...
He's never hit me. He wouldn't.
There's plenty of ways to hurt a person without hitting them. Hot water, for instance.
He just... He likes things the way he likes them. He gets scared when I have friends and change the way I look. I can understand that. He's insecure.
He is controlling and undermining you. What he's scared of is losing power over you.
He wasn't like this in the beginning. I wasn't frightened of him.
And you are now. Come on. What happened last night?
Davey was home. I should have got back earlier. He didn't like the way I looked. Made him angry. And I've been drinking. It was my fault. I shouldn't have done it.
Listen to me. None of this is your fault. You haven't done anything wrong. You can't blame yourself for his unacceptable behaviour.
He pushed me in the shower. He didn't know it was on full heat. I know he didn't mean it.
Ruth, you've got to trust me. I've seen this sort of relationship so many times before. There's only one way this can go.
I need to be more careful.
There's been violence. Davey may not meant to have hurt you. Not physically, not this time. But it will escalate.
What am I supposed to do?
You can leave him.
Leave Davey? Are you mad?
It's very grand. I think Wallace is just coming to the door. She's a lot older than you said.
You can't just say something like that and expect me to be like, yeah, Michelle, of course, you're right. Your relationships are worthless, my life's crap.
I'm not saying that.
Look, David has always been there for me. He does everything for me. He only wants what's best.
What's best? Oh, come on, Ruth, stop deluding yourself. What more is it going to take? Blisters? Bleeding?
He didn't mean to do it. Anyway, where would I go? What would I do?
You'd live your life. You'd stop worrying about what Davey was going to do next, how he was going to up the ante. You wouldn't be waiting for the day when things turned really, really nasty.
I couldn't.
Ruth, you've got your job. You'd find your own place.
Yeah, but Michelle, I'll be no good on my own.
Yeah. But you're not on your own, are you? Come on.
You look so well, Lily.
It's not Lily. You call me Lily. My mother called me Hilary when I was born and when you sent me back.
Hilary, yes, of course. I've listened to you on the wireless. Of course I know your name is Hilary. Stupid of me. Please forgive me.
That's fine.
Wallace, that's a really unusual name.
Oh, yes. My mother had an acquaintance with Mrs. Simpson.
Really?
I did make inquiries. I always wanted to know how you were getting on. I would have sent money, but there was no mechanism, and my late husband thought it better if...
When did he die?
I lost him 20 years ago.
A pity. I'd have liked to have met him too. How did he die?
It was his heart. He was still a young man.
And the sister? She still lives here?
I'm so deeply sorry things weren't different for you, Lily. Hilary, you must believe me.
Yes. I suppose I mustn't I? Or everything would be just too awful to contemplate, wouldn't it?
I never wanted you to be disadvantaged.
I don't believe I was blind when you first had me. I think I could see for those first few months of my life. Then I came here and something happened.
I don't know.
Was your husband inclined to temper generally, or was it just with me?
No, no.
Because whatever happened, he had to have been pretty violent.
My husband never raised a hand.
Because my mother, the real one, she was told I was brain damaged when they gave me back to her. I'm lucky she wanted me back. Because they would have found it nigh on impossible to find another placement for me. Not when I was a mewling, puking, probably brain-damaged blind baby. Not much call for them.
Hilary, just listen.
It's the force of shaking a baby, you see, the violent movement of the head. In a tiny, helpless baby, the blood vessels are fragile, particularly between the membranes lining the skull and the surface of the brain. Snapping the neck and head back and forth can tear them, and that causes bleeding.
He didn't shake you.
That's bleeding in and round the brain and bleeding in the eyes.
We were questioned. My other daughter was monitored. Can you imagine that? Living with that shame. Don't you think whatever happened, if I could have undone it?
And your other daughter is fine?
Rose? Yes.
Must have been me, then. Must have been something I did that made him do it.
Oh, no. No, it wasn't. Please, you mustn't think that.
There's no need to be afraid now. He's gone. You can tell me what he did.
No.
How dare you? Take your hand off my mother. So who do you think you are coming here? Trying to bully her into some ridiculous, outrageous confession.
Rose, it's fine.
It isn't. She wasn't supposed to be here until tea time anyway. Why is she here early?
Rose, why don't you go with Hilary's friend and make some tea? Would you do that?
Well, tea sounds like a good idea.
I'm sorry, I didn't expect to get so emotional.
Some tea.
It's been a long time since I've seen a kettle boiled on the top of the stove.
So who are you, anyway?
Oh, I'm a friend of Hilary's. I knew her birth mother really well.
Knew her? She's dead then?
No. Oh, no. No. We used to live near each other quite a while ago now. My eldest son went to school with Hilary.
Blind or retarded?
Neither, actually. Hilary went through mainstream education.
Oh, how very progressive.
Don't you mean impressive?
No, I can't stand all that victim rubbish myself.
All this me, poor me. I mean, just get on with it, that's what I say. Thought you'd have gone to a special school, though. Sugar?
Sometimes I feel, I don't know, I want someone to blame, but I know that's ridiculous because I wouldn't change my life.
You can blame me. I do.
Started with my grandfather. His word was law. That's why my real mother couldn't keep me in the first place. He never spoke to her again, Not once she'd taken me back. Never even let her into his house.
They were different times.
It's only 40 years ago.
Oh, those sort of things weren't talked about. One simply did the best one could, made a decision, and saw it through. Buried any thought that one might have made a mistake.
She was a fighter. An inspirational woman. She learnt Braille so she could teach me how to read. You wouldn't know that if you saw her now. Maybe she fought too hard. Maybe she just got too tired.
My husband...
I don't want to hear you making excuses for that man.
Listen, Hilary. You must listen to me. It wasn't what you think.
Your friend's using the facilities. Left-hand cupboard found some rich teas. Pitiful selection of biscuits, Mother.
Sorry. Hey.
Oh, Michelle, I've been thinking about this whole Ruth thing, and I reckon we should meet up and talk about it before you do anything. You haven't done anything, have you?
I've expressed an opinion.
Oh, Michelle, right, don't say anything else, OK? I can't talk right now, but meet me at the Icon at 7-ish.
Fine. You'll know I'm right when you hear all about darling Davy.
7-ish.
The Icon.
You've had your tea. You've made my mother thoroughly miserable. I should say your work here is done, wouldn't you?
Excuse me, but I think the only person here that's making anybody miserable is you. And you may not have wanted us here today.
I don't see what it's got to do with you. You're only her driver.
Rose, for pity's sake.
What? I don't want them here. Why on earth would we want her back here?
Like you didn't want Lily here 40 years ago.
Why would I have wanted her? I hated her.
No, Rose, you didn't. You were just a child. You didn't hate her. You were just a little jealous, that's all. It would have passed.
I was a baby, Rose. You should have been my big sister. You should have looked after me.
Like Mother says, I was a child. This was my home. I was happy, and then you...
What? What did I do?
You spoilt it. You arrived out of nowhere, never stopped screaming, never stopped wanting attention. I didn't want to be your big sister. I didn't want to be anywhere near you.
What happened to Hilary?
Lily. Her name was Lily. 2 little flowers. Huh? Only one was a weed.
Stop it, Rose, please.
You know, don't you?
What if I do? We've all heard Saint Hilary posturing on the television and giving sermons on the radio. I even tried to read one of her holier-than-thou books once. Children, responsibility, the rights of the child. Let's all understand the child, blah, blah, blah. Right on, Hilary would never blame a child for something they did before they reached the age of responsibility, would she?
Be quiet.
No, I don't believe a child can be held to account.
Hilary, you've got a right to know. You wanted closure.
Oh, how revoltingly right on. Tell me. I'll tell you something. If another whimpering, snivelling baby had been brought into this house, I'd have felt exactly the same way. That baby would have found itself being given a damn good shaking too.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You were just a baby. Just a baby.
Oh, Rose. Tell me. Does all that bile and nastiness show on your face? Happy now? Is that closure? No, Rose. That's closure. Oh, yeah, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Stop, just stop there. Stop there. You're shocked, aren't you, Julia?
Shocked? No, I'm just...
Let's get one thing straight. I'm no hypocrite. I still think the child Rose was needed understanding and guidance. The woman Rose grew into, she needed a punch in the mouth. Yeah.
What, am I not staying?
Beat it.
Well, it's nice to see the money you spent on charm school wasn't wasted. Catch you tomorrow. Well, you and I, Dr. Bell, will be talking lithium audits.
Great. Now look what you've done. I thought I was flying under Nick's radar.
Hello, this isn't about you.
So tell me.
Do you realise that Davy has systematically robbed Ruth of all her self-confidence?
You never know what's going on in someone else's relationship.
He's physically and mentally cruel to her.
We don't know that. Not for sure.
What? So, locking a grown woman out of her own home because she displeases you, that's okay?
Look, no, that's weird. If you're right...
She didn't have his permission to come out, Melody. That's what last night's jitters were all about.
She told you that?
Yeah. And she had every right to be anxious. Davy held her head under the shower, and the water was so hot that it burnt her scalp. And she let him do that to her because she thought she deserved it.
Well, if that's true, then this is a psychological black hole, and you are already way out of your depth.
No, it's simple and it's straightforward. If she was your patient, you'd do everything you could to remove her safely from her abuser.
Yeah, if she was my patient and if she asked for my help, I would be thinking about how slow and how careful I would need to be.
Yeah, well, she's my friend and she's asking for my help. We curled her hair, Melody.
Well, she's needy and she's dependent and we can offer her help, but we cannot live a life for her.
No, there's no time for that.
Well, it will take time, Michelle, to rebuild her confidence, show her what choices she can make, and talk her through the void in her life that she's going to have to cope with when she finds the strength to leave.
Yeah, right. And next time it could be boiling water. You know what, Melody? You just stay on the sidelines. Ruth needs my help, and I'm going to give it to her.
Can't help thinking about it. Where he is, what he's doing, who he's with. You know where I am if you need me.
I certainly hope so.
Come here, you! Meet JJ, my baby brother.
Come on, babe. You can't leave me.
And coming up here on BBC1 Scotland, dirty tricks and backstabbing in the TV business. Tell me about it. It's Diagnosis Murder next.